Oh, hello, everybody. Hello. So just want to make sure you can hear me. We're not in our regular place, so I just want to make sure you can hear me okay. And if you can, we'll get started. All right. So we are right outside Monterey. And we're in this little tiny studio. Adam's sitting right over here. You can't see him. And we're making it work. There's so much to talk about. We wanted to do Thursday Night Live with all of you. So I hope you guys are doing great. Loud and clear. Oh, great. Thank you, Sherlock Holmes. All right. And we'll just get right to it, just like we always do. And then I'll name check you guys at the end if you want. Just stick around for that. If you don't, we'll see you next time. And I just want to let you guys know before I forget that I'll be on with Debbie tomorrow on her show, so we can follow up with stuff, that maybe we figure out tonight. So, okay. So, hello. As people are still popping on. Hello, welcome. All right. Ready? What is the future of the monarchy in Britain? We were just talking about this today. Yes. Okay. So, yes, Queen Elizabeth. She was 96, I think. And I think at the beginning of the year for my year, I kept getting stuff about Britain. And I did say, I wonder if the Queen's going to pass. I felt like there'd be a change in leadership. And so I wasn't sure. I remember at the time, if I couldn't put my finger on whether it was, the Queen, or if it was, what's it called? Not Parliament, but the Prime Minister. I couldn't remember if it was. I couldn't figure out if it was the Prime Minister or the Queen or what it was. But I knew that there was going to be a lot of upheaval in the government in Britain, and it was both. So maybe that's why I put my finger on it. I could not do that. So anyway, so that's it's very interesting, and I wasn't always a huge fan of the Queen, but and I know that The Crown isn't 100% accurate, but after watching The Crown, I felt like I liked her a lot more. I understood her a little bit more. So, okay. So the monarchy in Britain. So the feeling is that Charles has been thinking about this for quite a long time, and has been I get the expression chomping at the bit. He's been chomping at the bit to get in there and do some things a little differently. So I feel like he might change some things up, which is very interesting, because I've always thought of him as being very traditional, but it does feel like he might change things a little bit. Nothing probably super drastic because it is the monarchy, but let's see. I do feel like he wants to pull William in more, make him do more things and be more visible and kind of more out there. I even feel like he might make him travel more, like go abroad more and things like that. And I keep seeing Kate as well. So I don't know if he's going to want them to just be more involved somehow, but that's coming up. And I feel like he has a role for Camilla as well. So I feel like he has some plans. Let me put it that way. So I feel like to me it feels very positive. It feels kind of a little bit more. I know we were talking earlier about what an environmentalist he is, and it seems like stuff like that, like kind of pushing to the future a little bit. So he might have want to push Britain to be a little more forward thinking in their, job market and their energy and things like that. So it feels like he already knows what he wants to do, is what it feels like. So I feel like he's prepared. I feel like my mother-in-law used to say, and I know Princess Diana said that he would never be king. I always felt he'd be king for a short time. So why that is, I don't know, but I always felt like it would be a very long reign for him. And I still get that feeling for some reason. So maybe he'll get in there and hate it, not like it as much as he thinks he does. But yeah, Charles does not look well. And that family, either they live forever or they live, into their 70s, that kind of, not too long, but 70s and early 80s, that kind of thing. Otherwise, or like close to 100. So we'll see. But that's what I'm seeing right now. So I know that's not a whole lot, but I do feel like he's ready, eager, waiting for this, has some plans to push Britain into the future a little bit more. Okay. And they'll be okay. They'll be okay. They're I don't see the monarchy crashing down or anything like that. It feels like it will hum along. I feel like the government itself is going to have some issues. And maybe even another change in prime minister fairly quickly, but monarchy to me feels quite stable. So, okay. Is there any significance to the rainbows that were apparently seen over Windsor Castle and Buckingham Palace after her passing? Oh, double rainbow over Buckingham Palace. Well, this is what I'm getting, that she and her husband have been reunited. That's what they, I don't know. That's what we're supposed to take from it. And that's what I think, things like that, like signs, you can make what you want of them, of course. But when I ask my guides, it's like, that's what it was telling us, that they've been reunited. So that was fast. Okay, what happened to the money the GOP fund raise that seems to have been spent into non-existence? Did Rick Scott bankrupt the fundraising? Okay, I didn't expect to get this, but I know that they have. We were talking about this earlier, and that they were hoping to kind of fundraise to get more funds, to get more people investing and giving money, and that's kind of what you do. But I keep hearing. Indulging in a pastime. So, and I'm seeing Rick Scott, so I do think he has something to do with it, but I feel like there may be more to this, as far as people just taking money and doing what they want with it. Because it almost feels like criminal to me. It does. It almost feels like it's might be something criminal. Let me see what else. And I heard fellow Republicans, so I feel like maybe to me, it kind of is like they squandered it. They spent it on things that they wanted to spend it on, or but pastime, that's kind of weird. To to me, okay, let me just say this. I feel like it is that they took it and they did things that were not really appropriate. Sorry, our dog's here too. Luke is here. But it feels like Rick Scott. It feels like they said fellow Republicans, and I feel like they kind of squandered it, spent it, but somehow thinking it would benefit the party in the end. It's almost like when you take people out, people you're doing business at, and you take them out to lunch and you wine and dine them and you hope it ends up being a deal. Kind of like that. That's what it feels like. So I don't know if they just, did what they wanted and got private jets and, lived it up and were hoping it would come back to help them. But it feels like it was, squandered. And it feels like they weren't supposed to do this. To me, it feels criminal. It feels like, or at least very inappropriate. They were not supposed to do this. But somehow they thought it would help. That's what I got. So we'll see. But I do feel like Rick Scott is a big, like the leader of whatever this is that I'm seeing. So. Okay. Will the GOP continue being ultra-conservative MAGA after Trump leaves the picture, either in prison or in my box? Okay. I don't mean to laugh. That's really horrible. You can laugh. Okay. I can laugh. Okay. Will the GOP continue being ultra-conservative? Sure. Okay, so I feel like for a while, and to me, it maybe feels like maybe a year or two. And, as always, time is just a weird thing. I can't say for sure, but to me, it feels like maybe another election cycle, like another 2 years. But it feels like it will kind of be in that vein or kind of teetering in that. But I feel like there's something else that rises that kind of comes in and kind of shifts it back to a little bit of normalcy. And I think it might have something to do with who wins in this election, the kind of Republicans that win in this election, the kind of Republicans that win in the next election, like that. So kind of like, because that they're also self-serving, right? So it must be the election cycles itself kind of fades them out. But it's going to take a little while. While they think it's working, they're going to do it. But I feel like over the next couple of election cycles, it doesn't work as well. And it's a little bit more, it's just not as, it doesn't work as well. So I feel like that. Oh, thank you. I don't know who that was. Who was that? Super sticker. Thank you, Marie. So that's what I'm feeling like. And I don't know if it's going to come up, but I do feel like, actually I've got it a couple times this week. That's why I just want to mention it. Is that I don't feel like Trump, I feel like Trump will be indicted. I feel like he may, this is entertainment purposes only. I feel like he may pass away during the trial. And what I feel is that the trial is going to be really long. I feel like it's one of these things that's unprecedented, right? And it could be, I guess, all of the different trials he has to go through, but I do feel like this whatever this is that he finally brings him to be indicted, it's going to take a really long time. Look at how we're just now seeing some of the people go to prison for January 6th. Look how long ago that was. And they were nobodies. They were, the Oath Keepers and people like that. They were kind of known, but not really. And so with something like this, it's going to take a long time. And I feel like, which is fine, he'll be out of the picture and in a decline. and we're seeing the decline now. I mean, clearly we are seeing the decline. So, but I feel like he may pass away while he's on trial. So in a way, he'll be brought to justice, but I don't think he will actually go to prison. But that's the reason. It's not because he'll be, not because he won't be found guilty, but because he may pass away before the end, which I think they are going to strip his assets. That's my also another feeling that I'm getting. And I know these questions aren't here, but I've just been getting this stuff this week that there's more, he has more papers, he has more stuff. It may be spread around his different clubs or in Trump Tower or something, but he's got more. So they will be finding more. And I feel like they know. I feel like they know what's missing. Okay, so do you see any significant shenanigans on the part of the GOP in the November elections? Will this affect the outcome at all? Okay, so to me, I mean, surprisingly, the states I feel like are going to have a lot of corruption in them for entertainment purposes only. Arizona, some in Texas, and Ohio feels weird to me. Everything else pretty much feels like it goes the way it goes. And a lot of these races are not going to be as close as they appear to be. I really do feel like the Democrats are going to run away with a lot of these races that they're saying, oh, it's so close, it's too hard to tell. I feel like the Democrats will just run away. It's not even going to be close. So as far as affecting the outcomes, it may in those three places, Arizona, parts of Texas. I'm not getting all of Texas, parts of Texas, and Ohio. Ohio feels weird to me for some reason. So, it's a predictive state. Okay, thank you, Sparky. So those are the ones that I feel like is like kind of watch those. I feel like Arizona, I just feel like the fix is in. That's what it feels like. So just be aware. If we run away with that, that means that it must have been like just every Democrat in Arizona came out and voted. So, so that's what I'm getting. So I hope that helps. Will China invade Taiwan? That's weird. So I just heard no, but I also heard nuclear. So I'm not sure why that would be a thing. Any idea what that would mean, Adam? I just heard no, and then I heard nuclear. So there may be somebody that's standing up for Taiwan that has nukes. I mean, I know that we have stood up for Taiwan, but it feels like nuclear. Or maybe it would be seen as like a provocative, like when you go nuclear, kind of like that. Maybe it would just be too provocative or too inflammatory. So at least right now, no. So I'll just say no, but just keep that in mind that I also heard nuclear really clearly. So just keep that in mind. Okay. And we'll keep checking on that one because that one feels to me like it's no right now, not right now, and it may have something to do with something nuclear something. Yeah, North Korea. Yeah. What's Lindsey Graham thinking as he tries to defend Trump stealing top secret documents? How worried is he about his own safety when it comes to his involvement trying to overturn the Georgia 2020 results? Okay, let's check in with Lindsey. Miss Lindsey. Okay. Just so you know, stepping into his energy feels very cold to me. It's almost like he's shut down. He's not connected at all to his inner, that spirit self or that conscience self that tells you right from wrong. It feels very cold, very hard, and very cold, and very disconnected. He's worried. He's worried about the Republicans taking anything over. I don't think he feels like they will. I also feel like he's stuck. So I don't think he sees a way out of his position the way, I feel like he's like, oh, he's in it for, I'm just in it for the long run. It doesn't feel like a way out. Yeah, he's much more worried than he lets on. And it's interesting because I feel the more you see him, the more worried he is. So if you see him a lot on TV, he's really worried. If you're seeing him do a lot of spots, he's really worried. Because I feel like when he's not worried, he's nowhere to be seen. He's just, absent. But when he's actually out there doing something, actually moving around and doing something, he is very worried. So I feel like he's worried. He's nervous about. I feel like he feels like his seat is pretty safe. At least this is what he feels. But I do feel like he's worried about what the charges in Georgia may do to him. He doesn't want to be indicted, found guilty. He doesn't want any of that on his. I should like say legacy, but there isn't much of a legacy. But he doesn't want that on his record. He doesn't want that tied to him to him throughout history. He doesn't want that. So I feel like he may give up information. He may do whatever he has to do to kind of crawl out from under those charges and kind of scurry away. As far as his own seat, I feel like he feels like it's pretty safe, but I feel like he is worried in general about the Republican, how they'll do. He's getting very nervous about that. So that's Lindsey. Sounds like a sitcom. That's Lindsey.
Not a funny one.
He's great. Not a funny one at all. A horrible one. Will Biden's approval ratings continue to improve? So I'm getting that some of the tax relief things we're going to start seeing the benefits of pretty quickly, and so like in the next couple months, I feel like. So yes, they're gonna steadily keep going up. It does feel like it's because of some of the results we're going to be getting from some of the stuff that he passed. So it's very in line with how this stuff works. It starts to get, that's like with Obamacare, right? Everybody was freaking out about it once it got, people started using it and having it. So it's like, oh, it's pretty great. It's like that. We're going to just start seeing some of the benefits to some of the things that he's put into place. I feel like some things that like it's taken a while, but we're going to see it in the next couple of months, and people are going to be, and I feel like gas prices are going to go down. And so I feel like people are going to be pretty pleased with him by the time November comes. So yeah, I guess the short answer, yeah. Will the fires in California be contained soon? Do we know where the fires are? Are they central California?
I'm not sure. Sorry.
If somebody knows where they are, can you just let me know? Because it's easier to zero in for me if I know kind of where I'm looking. I feel like it's weird because I feel like there's winds where they are right now. So, and I feel like it's pretty windy there a lot. So, Hemet, Southern Hemet, Northern California. Okay.
Riverside as well. So
okay,
LA.
Riverside. Okay, because it's weird. I would think it was somewhere flat because it just feels like it's kind of windy there a lot. But so whatever that area is, I feel like it may take a little longer. I know Riverside's pretty flat, right? Riverside's, it's like in that central south or whatever. So so for the most part, yes, I feel like they'll be contained soon, but I do feel like there's an area that is, they naturally get a lot of winds, and I feel like that will be the hardest one to contain, whatever that one is. And maybe if you're in that area, you know where I'm talking about, but it feels like it's kind of flatter, and they just have more wind. And I just feel like that's going to be the place that maybe it stays the longest, or that's the hardest to contain. But yes, they'll get it contained. And I feel like they're really good at fighting fires, right? In California, like they've got it down to a science and art. They've got it. They've actually, yeah, they're doing a very good job. They know what they're doing. So yeah, so that's what I got.
Well, I'm having internet issues.
Okay. Let me see. Let me pick a question here. I'm just gonna pick one out of the blue then. I'm having some issues. Okay.
Okay, I'm back.
Oh, you're back. Okay. All right. Sorry, guys.
I'll do my joke one.
What about Hillary's emails? Just kidding. Oh my gosh, Hillary's emails. What about what's his face laptop? What's his name? Hunter Biden's laptop. Okay. Do your guys offer any thoughts on the level of damage done? Oh God. To U.S. national security by Trump's actions, moving top secret intel to Magna Lardo. Why did he do that? Okay. So, like I said, this is just the beginning. We're just scratching the surface. Okay, so let me really dig into this, because I've been wanting to look at this more. I keep getting like bits and pieces, as I hear about it, I'll hear something from my guides, and it'll be just here and there. But let me see what they're saying about this whole thing. Okay, so once again, you guys, Saudi Arabia and Israel come up as either they benefited somehow or something with them. So, because it feels like they got stuff, or Trump shared stuff with them or sold stuff with them or something. But I keep getting those two countries. I mean, obviously Russia, right? Obviously, but those two come in really strongly. And I'm hearing damage control, so I feel like they're already the Biden administration, our military, our FBI, our CIA, they're already on kind of all of the damage control. So I feel like they're trying to mitigate the damage right now, but they know quite a bit. I feel like they know a lot. We don't know a lot, but I feel like they know quite a bit, and it's very, very awful. Sorry to say that, and I'm sorry to say that way, but it feels like it's very, very, very bad. Ivanka and Jared come up for some reason. I feel like they may have information or may have knowledge of something that they're going to be handing over or giving or something. It seems like they know stuff. They know things. They have a lot of help. They've got a lot of insider people on the inside. I mean, Trump would see it as a betrayal, but they are people that kind of are helping try to put the pieces together so that the FBI and CIA and all of the departments, they understand what has been going on and what has been happening. But I feel like they've got a pretty good idea, but they're still trying to. I feel like they've got a good overall idea. Oh, thank you, Teresa. I think there was somebody else too here. And thank you, Jeff. I think that they have a pretty good overall idea, and I feel like they're filling the holes right now. They're trying to mitigate damage, but I feel like they're really trying to fill in the gaps and get all of the details. And I feel like Javanka, I feel like attorneys or something, attorneys, and I feel like, to me, it feels like it's weird. It feels like almost like low level. So I don't know if it's people that work at Mar-a-Lago or just low level like staff and stuff like that, but I feel like there's a lot of people in Trump's orbit that are helping put all the information together and figure out how to mitigate all the damage. So, Running Sloth, welcome, new member. I hope you enjoy the club. It's super fun. Yeah, welcome. So that's what I've got. It feels huge. It feels like it really is going to be jaw dropping. It will be like, what the hell? I mean, it's going to me, it feels like it's just going to be unbelievable when we know all the details and everything. It's going to be so obnoxious and brazen and just criminal, big old crime syndicate for entertainment purposes only. But it feels like it's going to be just like, oh my gosh. Yeah. So there you go. Yeah, it feels awful. but they're on it. They're on it. I know, Mia. Nothing would surprise me either, but I think it's actually going to be surprising. And I think, yeah, he's gonna, yeah. Can you imagine if a Democrat took even just one document, just by accident, literally by accident, put it in their briefcase bag? They'd be behind bars right now. We all know that. If it was Obama, he'd be, yeah. Okay. So Lily says she brought a bottle of wine to celebrate the first female president. And when the reality sank in and the horror of Trump hit me, I drank the entire bottle of wine, but not as oh, poor Lily. Oh gosh, I remember that night so well. I think we all do, or that whole episode. So I guess it went on more than one night, but oh, what a nightmare. Could any other country look to prosecute Trump if their secrets have been compromised by his lack of security? I just heard tribunal. So tribunal, something with tribunal. I don't remember what that pertains to, but I just heard tribunal. So as far as prosecuting, I guess that's how it would be done. But I feel like there could be. To me, I actually feel like he might be like barred from going to certain countries. Does that make sense? Would they do something like that?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so yeah, so it feels like he might be barred from going to some countries, and then tribunal, whatever that. Oh, world court. Okay, The Hague. Yeah. Yeah. So if they did it, it would be something like that. I heard tribunal. So, and maybe that's wise because they're already kind of looking at that possibility. France knows something. France just came up. France knows something. Some of the damage done, I think, to them.
Well, there was a dossier on Macron.
Oh, the dossier on Macron. Okay, so they're yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Do your guides tell you anything about the weird case of the Democratic Administrator Robert Telles in Vegas, who allegedly killed a critical journalist? Okay.
Entertainment purposes.
Entertainment purposes, yeah, absolutely. So I heard like snapped under pressure or cracked under pressure. So I feel like we're going to find out other things kind of happening in his life that made it kind of a pressure cooker situation for and there's something about him talking about this for a long time too. There's a build up, there's a lead up to this or a build up to this. So I feel like we'll find that out as well. So it was kind of a perfect storm in a way, because it feels like his life was kind of getting out of control a little bit. There was pressure. I feel like some of it was career, some of it was money. And I feel like there was quite a buildup. It was like, I feel like either he threatened or would tell people, I hate that guy, I'm going to kill him, that kind of thing. It's like he would say, there were things that he would say that were kind of a buildup. And so there may be people coming forward and saying, oh yeah, he said this to me, whatever, when they start to like look into all this. But that's what I'm getting. So yeah, build up, pressure cooker situation. Yeah, there, it feels like career stuff, money stuff. Yeah, just kind of a perfect storm of just, yeah, it just ended horribly. It is a weird case, though. It is really weird.
We'll stay with Lila.
Mm-hmm. Memphis jogger Eliza Fletcher was murdered. Was her killer paid to kidnap and murder her? Or what do you feel around this? So I don't usually read on stuff like this. I usually don't do like missing persons. Once in a while, if I feel like I have something to, this feels, I have to say, it feels terrible to me. So I don't think I'm gonna go into this, but it does feel very murky. But what I will say is I feel like we're definitely going to know exactly what happened. So I'm gonna leave it at that. But once in a while, like if I feel like I can, or I feel like there's, but I feel like this one is kind of like, yeah, maybe not. But yeah, I feel like it's all gonna come out. We will know. Okay. Thank you, Terra Love Community. Terra Love Community says no crime of opportunity. She was jogging in a bad neighborhood alone at 4 a.m. Okay. Yeah, I feel like there's some more to this, but yeah, yeah, there you go. How are the Democrats? No, I know she's not missing anymore. I'm just saying that I usually don't really like to do missing persons or murder stuff. Just me. Once in a while, if I feel like I can, I will. But this one feels like, keep this back a little bit. Okay. So how are the Democrats doing in races Texas, Florida, and Georgia at this moment? What's the best way to help Beto and Stacey? So I do actually feel really good about Beto. I have to say, Florida. Val Demings. Is she the one running against Rubio?
Yeah, that's right.
That's this, because I feel like she's going to win. At this moment, I feel like she's going to win. Her I don't know how her campaign has been, but she has really good people around her, like really capable, experienced people around her. So I feel like she's got a good setup. And I think I got this last time. There was something about the law that's going to push her over the edge. So either she's going to get an endorsement or something that's just going to like kind of, because I feel like it's kind of like this right now, but I feel like it'll just tip her right over the edge. So she'll be good. Beto, I feel good about. Stacey Abrams, let me see. I feel like she's on an uphill kind of battle, and she can't let up for a minute. I keep feeling like she has to just like not take a breath, just keep going. One thing I'm hearing that we can do actually is to concentrate on sending them strength and health. For whatever reason, those two things come in. And so strength and health. Thank you, Truth. That's so nice of you. Thank you. So yeah, thank you, Truth. So anything you can um, wish upon them, pray for them, send them. I mean, of course, if you can send money, do. If you can tell people in that state, if you're in that state, tell people to vote yourself. All of the practical things. But if there's a spiritual thing, my guys are saying pray for their strength and their health, because those are the things that they're going to need, like to keep going strong in their campaign. They need to be healthy and they need to be strong. They need to be able to, withstand the late hours and all of the stress and all of that stuff. So strength and health. Okay. Who do you feel will win in Tennessee for governor? Incumbent Bill Lee or Jason Martin for governor? I think it's going to be Jason Martin, but I feel, oh, welcome, Annette. Thanks for joining. Welcome to the club. I feel like there's something with teachers in that state. So I don't exactly know, and I guess it doesn't matter if I don't know, but it's something with teachers is going to help in some way. So I don't know if he has a plan for teachers, or if there's a teachers union, or but something with teachers is coming up. And I feel like there's some kind of economic recovery or economic. It's something that boosts people economically. So I'm not sure. You know how they always have things that they're running on in their campaign and things they're promising, but those two things, I feel like they're resonating, or something is going on with them. So something with teachers, and there's something with in economic boost. Maybe it's jobs or something like that, but it feels like it's resonating. People are grabbing hold of that. So it feels like Jason Martin is, at least at this point, is gonna take it for those reasons. I feel like whatever he's doing in his campaign, it's like it's resonating. People are liking it. People are grabbing hold of it, and it makes sense. And I have to say too, this super, super extreme right is turning people off. I think, we talked about this right on the channel with I feel like I'm very, very left, but I know that most of the country is in the middle. They're not super, super liberal, and they're not super, super conservative. They're more mainstream. And I feel like the stuff with the right, they handed us a gift when they did the Roe v. Wade thing. As far as the election, they didn't hand us a gift as women, but they handed us a gift in the election, because I feel like women are going to be out in droves, and I feel like that's going to make a huge, huge difference. So it's turning people off. People don't like it. People do not like extremism like this, and those people may be really happy with it and like it, but they're lost in their own gobbledygook. They're just in that echo chamber, and I think they've completely lost sight of the fact that it turns people off. Okay.
Yeah, that's gobbledygook.
Gobbledygook, isn't it? All right. Okay. Will Ron Johnson lose his seat in November in Wisconsin? Lieutenant Governor Mandela Barnes has a slight lead now. Ron Johnson. He may have to face charges for something. There's something coming with him. Something's coming with him. I think he's actually gonna have a really bad, for entertainment purposes only, a bad year next year. I feel like he may lose his seat and be indicted or face some kind of charges or something, because it feels like just a dark year for him. It feels like a bad year. And we don't wish, horrible things on people, but I think, a lot of the stuff is just consequences of their actions and the stuff they say and the stuff they do. So it's consequences to this stuff. But yeah, he does this. He feels like just a dark year next year. So he may lose his seat, but also I would say lose his freedom, but he may lose some money, lose some of his, yeah. Thank you. Is that? Thank you, Share Bear. Thank you. I appreciate that. 47% of voters have a poor opinion of Ron Johnson. Well, there you go.
He's got to go through some things.
It sounds like he's going to go through some things. It really does. Absolutely. Well, you know what? There is. I know that you're not supposed to say you can't stand people, but I can't. There's something about her that it just rubs me the wrong way. It's her face, her voice, the stuff she says, the stuff she does. There's something about her that is just, because I think it's because I know she didn't believe any of this stuff before. And now she's spouting all of this nonsense and garbage. And it's just so phony to me and so fake. And it's so clear to me that she knows she is, some of these people really do have these convictions. She does not. And it bugs me. I don't like her. Sorry, Elise. I won't say I hate her, but
sorry,
I don't.
sorry.
I don't like her very much. She's really annoys me. Will Elise Stefanik lose her seat to Matt Castelli in New York? She just may, actually. I feel like he's gaining ground for some reason. And again, it could just be, just people, again, not liking the extremism. But I feel like there are a lot of people that don't like her, actually. I hope I'm not putting my own feelings into this, but it just does feel like she's not resonating or she's not connecting like she has maybe in other elections. It's kind of like she's not connecting. The neighborhoods, I'm at the neighborhood with this guy. So I don't know if he knows a lot of people in that area or he's well known in that area or something, but I feel like, because I feel like for him, I feel like the family embraces him, the neighborhood embraces him. There's something about him that, I don't know if he grew up in that area or if, in that district and he grew up there or something, but he feels very embraced by that area for some reason. So I think with that, that may be in his favor. But I also feel kind of a her being pushed away a little bit. So that's what I got with that one. That's a hard one for me because like I said, I don't like her at all. Sometimes you have to take a minute to get yourself out of the way, but I do feel like there's something about where he is that people really like him. And I feel like he's known or his family is known or something. So Yeah, that's what I got. Yes, everyone's saying we're in Monterey. Yes, we're in we're right outside Monterey, but yeah, we're going to do Monterey tomorrow. We're just kind of going down the coast for a little bit. I felt like after all the stuff with my mom, we just kind of needed to breathe a little bit. And it's very, very hot where we are right now, and we don't have air conditioning. We've had some sleepless nights or the last few nights. So nice to get away. Okay.
Well, back to Elise Stefanik. I mean, she basically has turned around and reversed herself on so many of the decisions that she was originally elected on, right? Her positions.
Right.
So she's completely inauthentic. She's just become this MAGA Trumper
when
she used to actually be quite well respected.
Right. And that's maybe that's what it is that people are just getting turned off by that.
The fact she's fake and phony.
Yeah, people don't like fake and phony. Imagine that. Don't like fake and phony.
Speaking of fake and phony.
Okay. What's the latest from the gates of hell? Okay.
Last question.
Okay. It's weird because he came on my radar today. And usually when that happens, something's about to happen or we're about to hear something. So he did come on my radar this today. So just so you know. So something may be about to come out about him or break about him. So what I'm getting is that they're trying to get rid of or bury these charges and they're not able to, or they've been trying or something, but I feel like there's too many people involved and there's too many people talking. He has too many enemies and not enough friends and too many enemies because I feel like people are talking. So he's not going to get out from under these charges, but I feel like they've been trying. I feel like they've been holding it up and they've been trying. DeSantis is coming up. So maybe he's the one that's been trying to hold stuff up or stop stuff, or because I feel like they're trying to hold it back through November. They may succeed at doing that, but his number is coming up. Again, I feel like it's not going to be a great year next year for him. I can't believe all these wealthy people are having money issues, but I feel like money stuff with him. So it could be campaign funds. Maybe he just can't get that kind of money, but it feels like money problems might be part of his problems next year. Because it feels like money, or it could be he has to spend millions on attorneys or something. But it feels like money problems, and then it feels like the charges are finally coming in. And he is, to me, it's weird. It feels like he's just gone. So either he will go to jail or just kind of go into obscurity. But it feels like this stuff happens and he's gone. So that's kind of nice. nice note to end on. And he just disappears.
Spontaneously.
Hooray! Yeah, he just combusts. Happy New Year.
One more, actually.
Okay. Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, I know Diane DeSantis came up. I don't know if he's the one trying to bury stuff or if he's involved, but he just came up really strongly. So what do you feel about Judge Cannon and her granting Trump a special master against all conventional legal judgments? So I did my video on that, but I'm going to look at this again. It looks like a little like back and forth a little bit with like DOJ back to her kind of thing. I feel like she's getting a lot of
death threats.
No, not death threats, but I feel like she's getting a lot of people very like people she would respect being like, this is ridiculous. You are ridiculous. And so I feel like she may not change her mind, but she may, or she may lighten it or do something a little bit different, because I feel like she's getting an awful lot of people telling her this is a bad move. And I feel like it's really interesting because when I was looking at her before, I got that it was like she was returning a favor. That's what I kept getting. She's returning a favor. And so maybe she'll feel like, having done what she just did, that's what, hey, I did what I could do. I tried, but it didn't work or whatever. So yeah, she's getting a lot of backlash. Exactly, Tiny Dancer. That's exactly right. So, I feel like we all need to send her kind of hopefully for her to be enlightened, because I feel like she is trying to just kind of bulldoze her way through this because she feels like this is what she kind of has to do to return some kind of favor, and now she feels like she's getting a lot of backlash. So I think if we could just add in there some prayers for her enlightenment and to kind of do the right thing for the country and not for just personal gain or personal whatever, let's try. Yeah. Quid pro quo. Exactly. So yeah, so maybe we could just help that way, but it does feel like she's kind of on the ropes right now. And so I'm thinking maybe if we can all just put our energy together and just try to get her just to not do this and to just back off, that maybe it will help. So I guess that's that. All right, guys. Well, thank you for hanging out. And we had actually a lot of people here tonight. I don't know why I was surprised, but I was really surprised. I thought people might be busy and stuff. So thanks for hanging out. It's always a pleasure for me. So I hope you guys are going to have a great weekend and join us tomorrow with Debbie. We have two workshops coming up. We're doing them all in one day. They're really fun. So spend the day with us and hang out with us. I'll put the information below. And then they're both on Saturdays too. So you can just do it all in one day. And one is for intuition and one is for beginning mediumship. And then the other one is a masterclass. So if you're wanting to move into this more professionally, more just do it more often for your family and friends, and looking at ways to kind of get out there and start doing this for other people, it's a great class to do. So we have that as well. So I enjoyed tonight too, Sparky. Thank you, Adam. Sure. Thank you, Adam. Thanks, Adam, and thank you, moderators and greeters and everything. Thank you.
Someone wanted to know about the otter pillows.
Yes, this little place that we're in. It's really cute. It's called the Otter Den. It's an Airbnb, and it's just like a little studio, little apartment thing, and has a cute little patio for Luca. But so there's a lot of otter stuff, So it's one says I just freaking love otters, and the other one is just an otter face. So there you are. There comes Adam's show. You're going to show the otter pillow. Oh, okay. Yeah. I just freaking love otters. Okay?
One of the viewers, her daughter apparently makes stuff like this.
Oh, right. Okay.
It doesn't say who's on it.
Yeah, it doesn't say who's on it. And that one's that one. Isn't that cute? So yeah, it's really cute little place, but it's just a little studio, where this is Just one of our main stops are going to be Santa Barbara and San Diego. So we'll kind of be there longer, but tonight's just for one night. So it's a cute little place. I like it. So, all right, guys. So thank you. I'll start up just a little bit and I will just name check whoever wants to hang around and hear me say thank you to you. All right. So Shelly S., thank you. Tony Stokes, Han, and everyone the new members, welcome. The people that donated, welcome. Thank you so much. And yeah, so Shelly S., Han, thank you. Butterflies are free. Pauline Anderson, Celtic Seer, thanks, Catherine. Share Bear, KD, Bob Reynolds, Just Jean, Liz L., Janice Conant. Somebody's yelling in the next in the main house. So just so you know. KD, Bob Reynolds, thank you. Just Jean, Liz L., Janice Conant, Karen Conroy, and True, thank you so much. Tiny Dancer, Mimi Rose, Jane Finley English, Linda Pruitt. Hi, Linda, thank you. Yeah, Luca's growing up. Sue F., Share Bear, thank you again. Pamela Shin, Bonnie, Candy Mullen, thank you so much. Pamela Shin, Meritor's Mirror, Sue's G Insights, Janine M., Tiny Dancer, Frida Stinger, Mother of Three, gotcha. Thanks so much. And thank you to Adam, he said. Sparky, thank you so much. Margot Early, Diane Silky, Joe G., Sweetie Darling Lulu, Tara Reina Verrer, is that right? Thank you. Liza Field, Jamie Johnson, Liz L., Craig Dixon, Thankful Grace, Sarah Lawrence, Dan Artist Painter, hi Dan, Pamela Shin, thank you so much. Be Still and Know, J Cat Lady, let's see, Scottio Data MJ, Connie B., Wendy P., Shelly S., Sunny Dell, Frida Stinger. I'm sorry if I repeat names. I'm kind of going down the list. Terry Goodhart, Tracy Ralph, Aries Girl Virgo Moon, thank you so much. Sweetie Darling Lulu, thank you. Margot Early, Craig Dixon, Candy Mullen, Pamela Doss, Carol Michael, Denise Carringer, hi Denise. Allison L., thank you. Cosmic Toga Party, thanks. Chris Wickens, Craig Dixon, Leonore Bryant, Lenore, yeah. Reddit Girl, Bonnie, Jan Lofness, Winged Victory, thank you. Adrian Santine, Marvita Dragonfly, Prince Charming's mom, and Sarah Marcus, Steph S. Anybody else? Chris Wickens. Yes, not too late to hit the thumbs up. Please do. That does something. I don't know what it does. It does something. I'm not very good at like promoting that, self-promotion, I guess. I mean, I try to be, but I don't know. Chris Wickens, thank you, everybody. Thanks so much. Carol Ginsberg, good night, and thank you too. Have a great night, everybody. Have a great weekend, and hopefully I'll see you tomorrow on Debbie's Freebird Spirit. We'll do about an hour, and so if there's anything else, or we can look at stuff again, or whatever. Adam, night. Kimmy G, Barbara B. Thanks, Cosmic Toga Party. We will have a wonderful trip. It'll be very nice. Marvita, and tomorrow we'll be in. Where are we going to go tomorrow night? San Luis. Yeah, we'll be in San Luis Obispo tomorrow night. So we'll see you from there. Chris Wickens, Jess R, Michelle Hott. Okay. All right, everybody. Have a good night. I'm going to let you go. And we'll see you hopefully tomorrow night. And if not, we'll see you on the next Thursday Night Live in a couple weeks. Happy girl. Thanks. Thank you guys. Have a good night. Bye.